Hello, World Civ. I wanted to welcome you all to week 5, and I'm still here in Thailand. But I want to say a few things actually about last week's assignments, or basically the modules that we're just wrapping up here on ancient Israel. You guys did a great job. I mean, you did a great job in really kind of understanding that that you were being exposed to various scholars' ways of approaching a topic, and you saw all this debate. And I read many of your comments where you were saying that you were shocked that these things were debated like this. Just know that really when it comes to history, everything is debated all the time. And I think the real shock is that the way that history is taught in high school really just doesn't reflect the way that the field actually operates. And that's not really a choice that we historians have. I mean, because the way that public schools set up education, we don't always have a say in that. Sometimes I read in journals that there are other educators that would like to see a different approach to how the topic of history is being put forward. But for now, it is what it is. So you know, and again, keep in mind too that just like there's a wide range of debates on theology, or even what the Bible text means, let's say among with people who are believers in the text. So in any case, just want to say, I think you guys did a great job of having a real sense of nuance and about what was being addressed, right, and why certain archaeologists question certain things. I wanted to mention that there is a text, and I should have had this incorporated in there. Not a text, but a find. I think one of the students mentioned where there was a discussion of a house of David, and this really kind of slither of writing. And that's really the one spot where it's possible that they're talking about King David of the Bible. So, you know, when we were referring to no outside sources being mentioned, you know, regarding these very popular characters that only seem to be popular within the Bible text itself. So anyhow, just thought I'd mention that. Okay, now we're moving into India and Hinduism, and I'm going to be talking about Buddhism and Jainism. I just want to clarify again that I think what I'm seeing here by just living in Thailand, and I have not been to India yet, and I will talk more about Southeast Asia a little bit on this when I actually have that section come up. But the way that religion plays such an important role in people's lives, and simultaneously, just like everybody else, people just go on with their lives, right? So it's this combination of, I mean, just like in the West. So in certain things, I'm kind of realizing, I think that there's an exaggeration about the difference between what people do in the far, you know, in the East versus the West. And at the same time, I have to totally admit that I have a lot of culture shock still. It's a motorcycle going by, a lot of those out here in Thailand. And that there are, things exist quite differently as well. And it'd be hard for me to pin down and elaborate in just in a short announcement. But just to say that I'm kind of realizing, I guess what I just want to emphasize is that we're learning the history of these ideas and the histories of the civilization. And it gives you a taste of what people think or feel. And, you know, even from a historical point of view, when you look back at ancient Israel, you know, do Jewish people today, or Jewish Israelis today, think and act and conceive of their religion in the same way that the ancients did? That's a debate as well, right? Okay, and that we can debate that about any civilization. So I just want to get you thinking about that. In any case, the last thing I want to say, this last video I put on the India and geography, it's something I just wanted you to help you kind of reflect upon, that doesn't directly deal with the rest of our material. And it talks about Pakistan and Islam, and we haven't reached the Islam section yet. It's mainly I mainly wanted you to be able to see modern India and its complexities linked to its past. And hopefully this would help kind of just give you something else to kind of go on when you think about the history that we're covering here, which is centuries and centuries ago. Okay, so I hope that you find that last video helpful, at least to kind of get an idea a little better of India conceptually. And we're going to go into talking about some more Indian history later on in this class. So that's all I have to say for now. I hope you guys are having a great week, and we'll be in touch.